Welcome back to Grizz Vision. My name is Neil Rule here with Coach Kampe after a 75-67 road loss in Cleveland to Cleveland State. And Camp, in a game you guys trailed by as many as 23, you came back in the second half, were able to cut it to 3, but just couldn't get over the hump at the end.
Yeah, Neil, tonight's game isn't about a loss. You know, there are going to be a lot of teams in our league come here and lose. Cleveland State's a top 4 or 5 team in the league. They're going to win a lot of their home games. That's not what this is about. This is about how we lost, how we played, and our preparation. And myself and our coaching staff did not do a good job in preparing this team to play Cleveland State. I would tell you before the game, I would have said I thought we had, but the results proved that we didn't. I think the first half was one of the worst first halves of basketball that a team I've coached has ever played. I'm sure I could find 3 or 4 just as bad, and I've coached 1,300 games, so I'm sure I might be exaggerating because I just feel it right now. But as we said in the post game, the last 5 minutes of the half was a circus. I mean, it was a clown show. It was just an out-of-body experience for me, watching kids that I love and think are really good players play the way we played, and especially the last 6 minutes, the whole half, but the last 5-6 minutes. We stole the ball, and we looked like we were back in the 5th grade trying to convert transition baskets and not passing it to the open guy and dribbling it off our foot out of bounds and airballing a layup. Airballing a transition layup. I've never seen that from this group of kids. I'm really disappointed. I'm embarrassed for me. And what I mean by that is that I'm embarrassed at a team I coached. I'm not embarrassed for them. I'm not embarrassed about them. I'm embarrassed that a team I coached would play that way for a fan base that I care a great deal about, and for a school that I care a great deal about, that opening league play like that, that we could possibly play that way. I'm befuddled, complexed, I guess that's the wrong word.
Perplexed? Perplexed, there you go.
I'm befuddled, perplexed.
Confounded?
Yeah, we could come up with a lot of them. And I've got a lot of work to do tonight and tomorrow and try and figure this thing out. I'm not going to blame them. I'm going to blame us, because when it's all said and done, it's we're the group that puts those young men out there to compete, and we did not compete. And you can say, well, look what you did in the second half. Yeah, well, all we did was play in the second half. We're supposed to be a good basketball team, right? But the ratings and all we did in the non-league would say that we're a pretty good basketball team. Even in the second half, while we showed we might be, we still didn't make the plays to win the game. We did everything we had to do to get ourselves in the game, and then we went 1 for 6 from the free throw line in the last 7 minutes, 1 for 6 from the free throw line.
14 for 24 from the game. That's not where you guys live.
No, that's not who we are, but 1 for 6 with the game on the line. Listen to this. We're supposed to be a really good shooting team, right? One of the things I talked about in the preseason was, we had to fix rebounding, we had to fix our shooting. And at one point in the second half, at one point in the first half, we were 3 for 19 from the floor. And most of those are layups we pounded inside, right? In the second half, at one point, we were 13 of 16 from the 2. But this is our 3-point shooting in this game tonight, a league game. 0 for 0, 0 for 0, 0 for 0, 0 for 1, 2 for 7, 0 for 1, 0 for 7, 2 for 6, 0 for 1, 1 for 2. 5 for 25, 20%. From the free throw line, 6 for 8, 1 for 4. An 80% shooter, 1 for 4. 0 for 0, 1 for 4, 2 for 2, 3 for 4, 1 for 2. All the stuff that we did to get back in the game and battle, and it could have ended up being a great victory. It could have been one that you say, this is where the season was made, when we had that terrible first half and we went in at halftime and we regrouped and we came out as a team and we battled and we found a way to come back and beat a really good team on the road. Instead, all we can say is, oh yeah, we came back and battled, but we couldn't make the plays to win it.
Well, Camp, I mean, so Youngstown coming up on Sunday, 2:30, and there's not much else to say, right?
Well, you know, a league 20-game league schedule is a battle of attrition, right? I mean, it's you don't, we didn't win the league or lose the league tonight, but we said a lot about ourselves tonight, and it's just, there's 20 hurdles you got to try and clear, and every one you clear is great, and you knock a few down, and at the end, the team that knocks the least amount down wins it. And so we've knocked a couple hurdles down. We've still got a lot of time. We started 0-2 in the league last year, and the first week of February we were playing a game on national TV that if we won, we'd be in first place. So, you know, you can't, you know, let this thing snowball into something bad. You know, we got to do our job as coaches. We've got to rally them. We've got to find a happy medium between being positive and also understanding how did this happen. Because I can't put my finger on a half like that. I really can't. I sit here, I was trying after the game to think about, give me another half like that. And I've never seen anything like that last 5 minutes. I mean, not in Oakland uniforms. Not back in the Division II days, not back when my first year here when we were really not very talented, Wealth. I've never seen fumbling and stumbling and airballing, and I mean, I like I said, we've got a lot of work to do to figure that out, and I would not have thought this was going to happen. When we talked at lunchtime today, I felt pretty confident and pretty good about our team and what our preseason was, and you know, Neil, one of the things that still gives me hope is our defense was unbelievable tonight. We were phenomenal, and you'll say, well, they shot 16 out of 32 or whatever, 12 for 24 from the three. Well, that was all because of offense and transition. They made all those shots when they were 3-on-4, 4-on-3, or 5-on-4. You know, we got a guy in the ground because we just turned the ball over, and they're in a run-out situation. In the second half, I think they had 47. They started the half with 41, and they had 47 with like 8 minutes to go in the half. I mean, we didn't turn the ball over. We ran good offense. We scored at the basket, and they couldn't score against us. And so there's hope because of that. You know, as I sit and look at this, when we can get in 5-on-5 defensively, and we rebounded against one of the best rebounding teams in the country.
42 apiece.
Yeah, they ended up with 12 offensive rebounds, but a lot of those were late in the game when, you know, we were scrambling and trying to do things. So, yeah, I mean, I got work to do, man. I got work to do, and I hope that people trust that, you know, I've been doing this a long time, and I'll be able to figure it out.
All right, Camp, we'll talk to you in Youngstown.
Yep.